Episode in the team selection series is focusing all about the actual selection process. So what is the process to actually recruit your VPs, and what are the different stages you need to go through based on what is written and set up from years ago. So all of your LCP currents would have been receiving a booklet called the EB election booklet with standardized processes. You also have this attached, but I'm just going to run through in a bit more detail on what the purpose is. It's to equip each candidate to go through a process to help them become a more competent candidate for the EB. And it also saves entities energy and time from creating multiple processes and focus on driving operations and leading our team during a peak time. So it's about aligning all the competencies and aptitudes that we have for our next generation and having a fixed set procedure so that elections can ensure consistency across the whole of the organization. So this is the election process for the LCVP. The pack will be released and the deadline is already due in. They need a vote of confidence that would need to be the majority of 2/3 or above. They need to be an application pre-screened, and there needs to be an LCVP interview. The competencies that we focus on are the core ISEC competencies, being growth, empathy, eagerness, and agility, of which you can see all the different categories below. And this is how we are basically scoring our applications and scoring the interviews, is based on all the different competencies, because these are the competencies that they need to have to be an LCVP. So the actual interview process, you might be wondering, is that it's about setting the expectations, having a panel expectation setting, then opening up of the interview, telling them roughly like how long it's going to be, allowing them to let them know that you're going to take notes, so they should be aware of this. Then you want to choose 2 questions or all, like the number of questions that are needed per section. But it's important for consistency that you choose the same ones for all the candidates, so it can be fair across the board. Again, then you yourself as the elect might want to ask some specific questions, so you can also ask them there, but it should not be accounted into the scoring for the candidates. So some that you could ask is, what do you expect from your LCP? What is your vision and strategic plan for the function in the next 3 months? And show me how can you track EPs on Expert, whether you're assessing the skills or you're assessing the strategies or the ideas. That's completely up to you. Then you want to close off the interview, and then you're scoring off the candidates. Now, on top of this, and this was discussed in the previous video, is that the team selection process should also have an aspect of team dynamic. So it's important to understand like what are the different kind of people and the dynamics on the team when making the team in general. And one of these is to do the Belbin test. And how can you use it? How do you gather the resources? And how do you analyze the resources? As well, you can use the document to really align them all across the board. But it's also important that you use other ones like the MBTI and the Enneagram, because this will give you a bigger picture. And I would also encourage the 16 personalities test to really understand what is going on in the highest spectrum of things and not just like on the surface level. So once again, if you have any questions, like reach out to your LCP current or just message me on WhatsApp, and I'm more than happy to help you. And the last but not least thing that's going to be coming up is understanding the skills and qualities needed for each VP role and how you can best complement your strengths with other people's strengths and weaknesses as well. Thank you very much, and I'll see you shortly.